at these people, James. When is it gonna be when we up there?
We'll be back in 10.
Right now. What?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, get up. You know who that?
What's wrong, Basil?
You can't play that like you told us. It doesn't work musically.
Doesn't sound good.
Get up.
Doesn't feel good.
Get up.
If it sound good and it feel good, then it's musical.
Let's go ahead and get into this, man. The Godfather of Soul. I'm gonna start this out with a.
What was that?
Jeez.
I don't know, man.
Sit on a tag.
Whatever it was, I pulled something. Living with a hernia. Yeah, people, this is the story of James Brown. Simply like that. You get the story of his humble roots as a young boy to the man that he was, the legend, the icon, the soul superstar, the funk master
Godfather
himself,
of soul.
the Godfather of soul, Tommy.
Yes.
And really, this is not too much different from what you see from any other biopic out there, except for a few things that makes it rise above that.
All right.
And you didn't see this, Martin, so I get a chance to just sit here and tell you about it.
Okay, tell
I
me.
don't have to listen to, except for Tommy. Tommy gonna kick in.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
I mean, you here to tell?
Yeah.
You here to tell me if I mess up on something?
Of course I am.
But I don't know what Tommy felt about this, because I notice more and more that Tommy and I don't agree on a lot of things. But I will say this about this movie. It's a combination of two things. It's James Brown, a powerhouse, a fucking, just a man full of energy.
Yeah.
And then the actor who can pull that off, Chadwick Boseman, man.
Yeah.
Now, before 42, I don't know where this man was.
Right.
I don't know where he came from.
Waiting tables.
Wait, something.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, he's coming out the gate hitting hard, man.
Yeah.
Because so far he's played two black icons.
Right.
Back to back.
Back to back. He played Jackie Robinson and went on to play James Brown, and he captured James Brown, man. Now, I don't think he's singing these songs, but first of all, he looks like James Brown. I mean,
Not really.
You see, that's the
I
thing,
thought
Martin.
the same thing until I actually saw the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the thing, Martin. You say not really, because you scrutinize it before you see it, but that is the true testament of somebody who can capture an iconic figure. When they don't look like them, when you see them in little spots here and there, but when you see the movie and they suddenly transform into that person, you're looking at this and you really do think that you are looking at James Brown. This man captured it. Now, he's not saying this, but he's capturing the dance moves. He's got the rhythm down. He's got the voice. And now what I was afraid of going into it, Martin, is that I'm just going to be, just like you would with any kind of performance like this, is this going to be somebody who is just doing a mimicry of that person?
Right.
Are they actually capturing that person? Is there an actual performance out there?
Sure.
And my man blew me away with this. And what's so cool about this is that we should even go do a round right here. Everybody come in and do James Brown. All I gotta do is just put a little scratch in your voice and talk real high like this and real fast.
That's more Eddie Murphy.
That's an okay James Brown.
Was it? Yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
It's okay, right? I mean,
It's okay.
Yeah. Let me hear yours. Okay.
That's all I got.
No, as you that's what it would.
Constipation.
No, as you getting fucked in the ass. All right, Martin, you know every goddamn thing. Let me hear your James Brown.
I know every goddamn thing, but that doesn't mean I can do every goddamn.
Let me hear your James
I
Brown.
don't know James Brown.
You don't?
I don't.
Then shut the fuck up. No. No. But you see, the point is, like, we all try to do James Brown. All of us not doing that good of a job at it. We think we are. I like the face you made, you Tommy. you put everything in that. But this guy, he captures James Brown when he's young. He captures James Brown during his middle age, and then he captures James Brown in his older age. And
I think it was 16, like 64.
Yeah, he captures, the inflection in his voice.
Yeah.
It's done for all those different age ranges. So it's not like he just do the whole thing,
Yeah.
I think it's the entertainment value that you get from this is that it doesn't lean too heavy on the serious side. It wants to actually entertain you because they know that they're dealing with an entertaining figure right here. Now, there's some tragedy in here a little bit, but for the most part, I'm not going to say it was lighthearted, but it is very, very light on the seriousness.
So it sounds like 42.
No, no. See, I like the way he's. Well, you're not trying to chime in. Well, you sound like 40. No,
chime in some shit.
no, I know. I'm just. I like to mess
I'll
with
be
him.
quiet.
No, man, I'm just messing with you. I should leave you.
You're right. I didn't see it. I'll shut the fuck up. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
No, please, hang out with us, man. Please don't go anywhere, Mark.
But
you see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, because I watched 42 before I saw this movie. Just because it was on demand on HBO, so I'm like, I might as well watch this beforehand just to see, just if I can tell the difference. Like, is this the exact same actor doing this? But I watched 42, and it was that performance, and it was more subtle, a lot more low key than this one. And he came into this one. I think it's one of the best performances I've seen in a while in a biopic.
You know what?
For sure.
I don't want to throw this around too easy because believe it or not, there's some people already saying that this movie is Oscar worthy, and I'm gonna have to think about that a little bit more because I do have some complaints about this. And Tom, you probably agree with me on this, but you know what? This guy at this young age that he is, I would not be surprised if he might not get nominated, but near the Oscars, there's talk about him getting nominated, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was nominated. Okay. I mean, it's that good of a performance. Yeah. It really is. And sometimes that's another thing. I don't have any. Let me see. I don't have any real clips right here. Let me see if I can find like old James Brown. Now you can see right here, like a lot of these movies, they just can't get the makeup. I mean that's rub on that Negro's face right there. No denying. But that's another thing. When you have a movie where it's shitty makeup, or it's at least bad makeup, and the actor is still, despite that bad makeup, is still coming through. Yeah. I mean, he overcomes any kind of slight that might give a performance like his, any kind of hindrance. He overcomes that. And I don't know how you feel about this time. I got some complaints, but I'll let you go ahead and chime in.
I think we got the exact same complaints, but I mean, honestly, his performance is so good it overshadows a lot of the flaws in this movie.
And they're all flaws.
Oh yeah, it's definitely flaws. And it's not just his performance. I mean, you got Viola Davis in there. I think she's in there.
Oh yeah,
very good.
Oh yeah, Viola Davis. We just saw her. He plays his mother. Pretty much everybody that worked on
Octavia Spencer.
Everybody that worked on The Help is in here.
Yeah, right. Same director.
Yeah. So is it the same director?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Same director.
So. Yeah, it's
they
great.
Really are The Help.
I know. Now, I would say that the movie, and be clear that the tone is set up very early because James Brown is mad about somebody taking a shit in his bathroom. That's at the start of the movie.
Okay.
And he comes in and say, "Who took a shit in my bathroom?" With a shotgun in his hand. I mean, go shoot somebody for taking a shit. Yeah. Well, you pointing his gun. Well, you. Boy, what you? And you're like, oh, shit.
He was out to prove a point.
Yeah. Yeah, don't shit in my bathroom. Yeah. But it's a terrible impression. I just can't stop doing it. Now, when the movie gets serious, that's where the flaws come in. Because the movie wants you to have such a good time. The movie wants to show you the powerhouse that James Brown was. It just kind of skims over the things that might have been either uncomfortable or were of conflict to James Brown. Like there's a point. I know Tommy remembers this. First, I'll go with the light stuff.
Okay.
They skim over little things like when he's becoming James Brown. Of course, he has to leave his friends behind. Everybody's getting mad at James Brown. Next cut. The people that were like, "Fuck you, James," they working for him. The next cut, no explanation. No. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know what you mean.
No conversation to sort that out. It just literally in the next scene. Anything else for you, Mr. Brown? And like, didn't you just say "fuck you" to him? Okay. Seconds ago. Yeah, just seconds ago.
Okay, all right.
But the other thing is, now that's small. You can kind of let that go.
Sure.
All right, they hash it out. You don't need to know the details. But there's a part in here where James Brown, I can't remember the actress who plays his wife, but
Jill Scott.
That was Jill Scott. That was Jill Scott.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad you're here, Tommy. Look at you pulling your weight.
Trying.
That's what I'm talking. That's the Tommy boy I like right there. Jill Scott plays his wife, and there's a part where Jill Scott comes in, and you know something's about to happen because James Brown just disappears behind a wall with no smile or anything. And she's like, "Hey, James, baby, you want me to make you a sandwich? That really was nice what we do." And she disappears behind the wall, and you're like, he's about to smack the fuck out of her. And he knocks her so hard, she goes flying across the room, hits a table, bounces off of that, hits the wall, and just crumbles to the ground.
It was a hell of a hit.
It was. I'm talking about.
Why'd he do it?
You know, I know. Well, I don't want to tell. I don't want to go into details why, but it was. I mean, it was one of them. Hey, you know, true James Brown smack in the face, and she's on the ground crying and shit. And he's like, "You will do that shit again." It's like, oh shit, James Brown, he was a wife abuser. Oh, I can't wait to see how they resolve this. You know, did he become a better person? Did she leave him? Did they have a fight? They say, you know what? Well, now that we got that out the way, we can move on to the rest of the movie.
To the music.
Back to the music. You knocked it. It wasn't a tap. You knocked the fuck out of her.
You say it was a hand. I beg to differ. I think he balled up his fist and just punched the shit out of her.
That was some Dragon Ball Z type shit. You saw flames come across the room when he hit her, and it's like, you just gonna drop that shit and not even follow through with anything?
That was it.
That was it.
The only time it's ever brought up. That's all. And you just sitting there like, okay, can we go back to that? Because I want to know more about that.
That sounds like I said, I ain't see it, but when you see something like that, usually it's because the movie has the approval of the estate of whoever they're making the movie about. But like that kind of thing has happened in their life so much, you're like, I can't ignore this. I have to make some mention about it in there somewhere.
It really does make you feel uncomfortable.
So they had to put in the one scene and then say, okay, we've satisfied that. Everybody who said like, oh, what about this? But let's just move on from that.
Yeah, you know, it makes you feel real uncomfortable about that domestic abuse.
You would have had the estate coming in and going like, you need to trim that. That's too much.
I really would have just left it out because I'm thinking
they should have just left it out completely.
I mean, if that's the only fight they had, it was a hell of a fucking hit. I mean, that was enough to last a lifetime. Maybe he said, shit, next time I hit this bitch, I'm gonna kill her. You know, it's like, no. I get the feeling like you do not, it makes you feel like you do not consider domestic abuse enough of a subject here to play it respect just so you can continue with making this man look good. That's something that made me feel bad about Ray. They kind of glossed over too, and I see they do that with a lot of movies about man. They treat women like shit, and they just in the movie they just like, well, so what?
It was a product of the time.
At a different time.
Yeah, that shit. But that's not the only thing they skim over. Like the other thing was his drug abuse. Like that was a main thing with James Brown. I thought was his drug abuse. And it's literally once again one scene that you just see him sprinkle a little something. And
and they sprinkle a little something.
Sprinkle a little something in his weed.
That's it. And we know James Brown got on TV. I'm gonna bring up the clip when we get after this review. James Brown got on fucking TV high as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, coked up the night, what you want, lady? You know, I mean, you remember that review?
Yeah.
I mean, that interview. Yeah, they gloss over those kind of things, but. And it's a 2.5 hour movie, so I can understand what they're trying to do because the music is the main part of it.
Right.
And there are parts where they make sure to let you know that, all right, maybe we're not going to talk about this child abuse. I mean, this spousal abuse thing right here. But in other ways, we need to let you know that James Brown is an asshole. And has a way of, the reason why he can get away with being an asshole is because people just don't know what the fuck he's talking about when he makes an argument. Like in this clip right here, when he's talking to Craig Robinson, who plays Maceo Parker.
Oh, right on.
Hit it. Put it. Pride, I need that pop, day up, pop, but day up from the top, day up, pop, but day up from the top. Understand?
Not really.
No. Send me the top of the bar. It means on a downbeat.
All right.
Mr. Brown.
Yes, Monsieur. Does it feel good?
Yeah.
God made your ears. You didn't make them.
Motherfucker, you know,
I know.
and now these poor guys over like Craig Robinson are like, how the fuck can I argue with that? I'm not God, so I didn't make ears, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, fuck it, all right.
Plus, everybody with the amen coin, yeah. He's looking around like, so y'all really not gonna back me up on this?
Well, that's the thing with the movie. They have to. James Brown is such an asshole. He finds people for like fucking up. He makes people practice on days they don't need to practice in. And he looked, and like that look right there, he looked, hey, argue with me, I dare you to, you know, and people just like, all right, shit, you paying me, man. And so there are points where they show, maybe you don't get to see the side of him where they're abusing people, but you do get to see the side of him where he was just, I mean, totally an egomaniac.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much the Kanye West of his time.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
He really was.
To the point where, what's that dude's name that Nelson Ellis plays Bobby Bird in this? And he, in a conversation, just casual conversation, just said, you know, James, man, I can see myself in an auditorium like this, filling the place one day. You know, I can see myself doing that. And James Brown like, you? Negro, please, you ain't no James Brown. He's like,
Plotting on James Brown?
Yeah, you
plotting on me?
Yeah, you trying to be me? You gonna steal me? And he's like, no, man, we just talking.
Man.
What the fuck is wrong with
fuck
you?
down.
I mean, you know, just out of his mind, man. It's one of those movies where he alienates people after a certain point.
Yeah.
But really, it's an entertaining film, man. It's a very entertaining film. It is.
The way I see it, like the way he tried to direct this movie, I think it's Tate Taylor, something that's his name, whatever. But the way he tried to direct
it was Tate Taylor.
Yeah, he tried to make it anything but a regular music biopic. So he tried everything in his power, like messing up it's like a non-linear, you know, storytelling style, which is what really fucks the movie up, to be honest.
Oh, really?
It could have fucked it up. But like I said, the performances are so good, you really, you know, you'll overlook it. But that part, it frustrated me, man.
Well, you know what, Tommy?
Structure really did.
I'm glad you brought that up because the non-linear order of this, I thought that helped the pace. The only reason I knew that I had that the movie was as long as it was is because I had to be here to set up for last night's show.
Sure.
So when I looked at the time, I was like, man, this is almost over and I don't feel it. And I thought like the whole movie being out of order kind of helped that because every time it was out of order, it left on a little mini cliffhanger.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like little minis, like short films, basically, just little things in his life.
Just kind of stringing you along.
Yeah. Because
hanging there with
there are
me.
moments that you're looking for in this movie where somebody just comes out of nowhere that did James Brown wrong, and you looking like, oh shit, James gonna do something about this. He about to talk some shit, and they cut to just another part of his life. You know they're not gonna leave it, but you sitting there waiting the whole time for them to come back to that. While you also watch another good part. I want to, you know what? I know we've gone a long time with this review, but I do want to make one more point here, and I want to show you a clip. Dan Aykroyd, man.
Oh, yeah.
Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd plays Ben Bart, who is pretty much his agent.
Yeah.
And they become real close. And first of all, it's cool to see Dan Aykroyd coming in, being kind of older now.
Yeah.
Not being Dan Aykroyd, just cooling out, making appearances in movies.
Yeah, that's pretty much all he does now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, well, he knows Bill Murray's out there, so he's like, shit, you know, I can't let Bill Murray get on top of this. You know, I can't let him have all that. Dan Aykroyd gonna start just showing up at parties for no reason and shit, you know. But in the movie, he becomes a father figure to James Brown, and Dan Aykroyd is so mellow right now that you actually you buy that.
What it say to you, Pop? Street kid.
Dang, he look like a black Eddie Munster right there.
He does.
Headed to the White House right now.
Says you're kissing up to the man, James.
So you telling me to turn this plane around and stand up for president?
No, I'm saying you're screwed already, man. Think about it. You stand up Lyndon Johnson and go kiss up to the Panthers, you ain't gonna be playing in Vegas anytime soon.
What you mean?
Because if they know you can stop a riot, they'll sure as hell expect you to start one. Just do your thing, James. It's worked for you so far.
I tell you, the cool thing about that is that while he's playing the father figure to James Brown, because James Brown as a little boy had he had it rough, you know, like most people these kind of stories do. Never had a real father in his life. Mother don't really give a shit about him, and Ben Bart is the only father figure that he really has. But they don't, they never play that up. There's never a point where, Dan Aykroyd's like, come here, Negro, let me give you a hug. Nothing like that. So it's besides rushing over things, I think it's a highly entertaining film. Before I give my rating, I want to hear Tommy's last comments on this. And if I just say one more thing here, I don't know if you noticed this, Tommy, but the movie is so rushed in some parts. Did you notice that his kids never got any attention at all?
You saw one when they were little, then it's his son. You see, somewhat throughout. But yeah, no, I thought he had 1 million kids.
I know, but they
ain't time to get them all on screen.
Well, I mean, but acknowledge it in some way. They just. Once again, one of those things.
They just put kids around him just to say James Brown had kids.
Yeah.
Kids fucking lost. They just sitting around like, I'm just told to stand here.
Yeah.
It gets so weird. There's some parts I want to know explained. It gets so weird that there's one part.
There's one part I want to mention.
What's that? You probably thinking about the same part I'm thinking
Little
about.
Richard.
Oh, what about it?
Oh, there's Little Richard is in this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the best. I think it's one of the best scenes in the movie, Little Richard. But it's a scene where James Brown and Little Richard are talking, just amongst themselves, and it gets a little homoerotic. A little bit.
Who plays Little Richard?
Brandon Smith.
I don't know him.
Yeah, you don't know him. Nobody know him. Man, that was crazy because we were sitting in the theater, and the theater's half full of black people.
Yeah.
And black people are so homophobic,
Yeah.
boy. I mean, because Little Richard, you see it as he was kind of getting. I mean, we know Little Richard's gay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So do not, ooh, shit, come on,
Right.
But he wasn't really hitting on
No.
James Brown. He just told him. He said, James, let me tell you something. Watch out for yourself. And black people was like, no, man. You actually heard one guy in the audience like, man, come on, man. You
Yeah.
know, like, they ain't even touched. They ain't do nothing. All he did was just
Having
lean
a
forward.
conversation.
Just having conversation.
Yeah.
He's like, and reading into shit.
Yeah.
Because there was one part where Little Richard said, James, I see a lot in you. And like, I bet you do, motherfucker. I want to hear this shit. I'm getting
It was
some
a bunch
popcorn,
of
man.
that. It was in unison.
Yeah. It was almost like one big black choir,
Yeah.
God damn, y'all quit being
Yeah,
so
like, come on, man. Watch the fucking movie.
quit being so fucking homophobic.
Yeah.
But anyway, Tommy, closing words here.
Man, like you said, it's a fun movie. And I thought that too. I thought it was a very fun movie. Like I said, the only thing that frustrated me was the non-linear order.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Hit it, Tommy.
Yeah, the only thing that frustrated me was the non-linear order. It was fast-paced, man. It moved quickly. The performances were good. So I give it a matinee.
You giving a matinee. All right then.
High matinee.
High matinee.
Yeah, high
Okay, after all that.
Yeah, I apologize. High matinee.
Yeah, he's pulling one of them Tonys where, man, this movie was amazing. It was great. I loved it. Give it a matinee.
Yeah, I know. Tony would kill me with that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things in this movie where they say it's just the way the world is. I admire for parts where people actually look at James Brown and say, man, that's a nigga who don't know what he's talking about, and yet they don't make a big deal out of it. It's just, all right, that's just how it was.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that the movie gets right, despite all the stuff that it drops the ball on or just glosses over. I'm telling you, man, I really feel strongly about this film. It's a simple audience pleaser. A lot of people talking about that Oscar stuff. I don't know about that because there's heavy flaws in here. But other than that, I like this movie, man, a lot. Shit make me want. Look, I got this towel right here. Love this movie, boy.
You're not expecting one of us
Bird right here.
You're not expecting one of us to drape that over you.
Y'all gonna put this cape on me? Yeah.
You've been with them. You know what? Watching this movie, you know what I thought of? Corey and Martin. James Brown, Bobby Ryder.
Hey, Martin, I'm waiting. We'll come get this cape.
No matter how much of an asshole he is, you still stick with him.
Oh, fuck it. Full price. Price is nice. Love it. I didn't love it, but it's really fun. It's a lot of fun.
So you give it full price?
I do give it full price. I do give it full price. And it's barely on the cusp of a full price, but I do give it full price.
All right.
I do. All right, Martin. Tommy, you know what? We're going to bring you in on this too.
Okay.
I like to give the gold stars to Martin, man. But you know what? We're going to have you participate in this too.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think that Tommy needs to do this.
What?
No, Martin. This requires Martin. Get this shit off right here. This requires some of that old school knowledge.
All right.
And Martin, you
My
know,
old soul. Come on.
you want to play?
Yeah.
You sure?
Let me play.
Okay.
I don't know how good I did, but let me play.
Now we're gonna put a wager on this since you want to play. I normally don't do this with Martin, but I'm gonna do it with you, and I'll do this for you.
Okay.
If you can get at least, and Martin, you out this game.
Okay.
He want to throw himself in here, so you gonna pay. If you can get 3 of these right, then I will buy you a beer. However, if you do not get 3 right, if you get 3 wrong or more, then you owe me a beer.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Make it interesting. A beer for each one.
No, fuck no. Hell no. Hell, I ain't got no money, neither does he. Shit, I know my limits here.
Yeah, right.
Because I'll tell you, that's a bet I'm going to welch on right there. All right. Now, I cannot have you look at the screen, Tommy, okay? Do not look at the screen. And you neither, Martin. You can look at that screen, but you can't look at this screen over here. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Now, this game requires your auditory skills. How well do you know James Brown?
So.
All right. That doesn't sound very promising for you, Tommy.
It's questionable.
It's questionable. Okay. Well, let's get ready to embark on this journey right here. I'm going to play for you 5 different James Brown screams.
Oh, man.
And I need for you to identify each scream as in what song it came from.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, oh, shit. Yeah, you should have thought about this before you volunteered for it.
I'm so glad you jumped in front of this bullet.
Hey, it might not be all that bad. And you know what, Martin? I'll let you participate, but after he loses.
Okay.
All right. Now, keep your eyes on me, Tommy.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and listen to our first James Brown scream.
Okay.
Think you know that one?
I think I got that one. I feel good.
Oh, Tommy, look at that.
I feel good.
Yeah.
You got it, Tommy.
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy got that one.
Yeah.
Oh, he feels good. Think he getting a beer now. Fuck you. Fuck you. You get nothing from me. All right. Tommy. Yeah, Tommy. All right, Tommy, you doing well.
Yeah.
You doing
2 more.
You doing? You need 2 more, Tommy. 2 more. All right.
I aim low, so let's go.
Okay. All right, Tommy. Here's your next James Brown scream. You want to hear it again, Tommy?
I think I got it.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on, Martin. I mean, Tommy, boy, whatever your name is. Hold on. Let me get ready to press this wrong button in case you get it wrong. Tommy, what is that scream?
I'm going to say, get on up. Shit.
Tommy, it is.
Big payback.
Here it comes. Listen. Tommy, fucking up. You get nothing. The big pay. Look at
No,
Martin.
you're never gonna get it. Never ever gonna
Hey,
get
stop
it.
that. How dare you sully the great James Brown with sampling. You know what? I remember being into hip hop and I thought, man, y'all really drug this man's name through the dirt with all this goddamn sampling.
Most sample artist of all time.
Most sampling. Him and George Clinton.
Yeah.
All right. Now you even right now.
Yeah.
You still got.
That's all right. He still only needs 2 more.
You still got 2 more. You still got 2 more. All right. Let's go ahead with our next James Brown scream.
Right.
Tommy,
Okay.
you ready?
Yeah.
Tommy, you got that? Let me play it for you one more time.
What's up?
That's what Tommy's brain is saying right now.
Oh, shit.
No, it's not that.
Oh, man. Okay.
Look,
Give it one more time.
I'll give it to you one more time. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Fuck it, you don't know it. let's not even waste any time here. Get up off that thing!
Damn.
There you go. You hear it?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, now you hear it.
Now I fucking
Wish you
hear
heard it before, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Son of a
Boy,
bitch.
I feel like celebrating. Look like I ain't buying no beer. Get up off that beer. You ain't not drinking.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, boy. I'm happy. I get a beer. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck happened? Okay, there we go.
Okay, now we got real tension.
Hey,
He's
whoa,
gotta
wait
get
a
these
minute.
next 2.
Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, you got to get the next
know.
2, Tommy.
Ain't this some shit? Okay.
Tommy, you know what?
Yeah.
I was gonna. No, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna let you Martin be your lifeline, but no, I ain't gonna do that.
Come on. I at least one lifeline. Let's keep it interesting. You said
That's
yourself,
not-
I'm young.
That's not right. No. You
know?
that's part with being young. You get cocky. Think you see? Thought you knew everything. Yeah, I know James Brown. You play that shit, man. Shit. Come on. Quit wasting my time. All right. Now we got 2 more for you.
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead and play this next screen for you, Tommy. I know, it sounds like somebody ran over there.
I get that lifeline, right?
No.
God damn.
Okay, no, go, please, no, please, go ahead.
I
Oh, go, please, use your lifeline.
Martin. I'm calling you.
Martin said,
I think you saw that face. That's why you.
oh, I didn't see anything. I thought Martin knew.
You should call me on the second one.
I'm talking to you, Tommy, so answer
fuck.
me. Tommy! Why am I even doing this?
Oh, yeah. All right, go ahead. Oh, shit.
Yeah, Tommy, it is super bad. Listen,
Oh, you know what? No. It's because it's live.
Okay,
That's why I didn't
see?
know it. This is one of the live versions.
all right, you know what? All right, Tommy, you know what? I'll
By
cut
default,
it.
I should get that one.
I'll let you have that
There
one.
you go.
Okay,
I need one
you
more.
know what?
All right.
I need one
I'll
more.
let you have that.
All right, now it comes down to the wire.
I'll take charity. I don't give a fuck.
All right. Let it not be said that I am not a generous God. Martin. All right.
Well, at least I was your lifeline to point that
Yeah,
out.
there you
Thank
go.
you, Martin.
Yeah. So he helped you one way or another.
did, he
Yeah,
did.
okay.
All right.
This is our last.
Okay.
And I'm not giving you a lifeline on this
No.
because it can be kind of easy. And you saw the movie.
Okay.
Oh.
So between the both of them, you should be able to get this. And you listened to the greatest hits today too, didn't you?
True. I did.
All right. Let's go ahead and give you this last one. And this is an easy one too. Are you ready, Tommy boy? All right.
Really? That's cowdog you.
That's too easy. I don't like giving you I'll go ahead and give it to you. I'll go ahead and give it to you.
To the victor goes the spoils, right?
Yeah, spoiling your ass rotten. I can see right now. Got me for your birthday and you got me here. You know, you better be glad. I want people, you see this? I am a nice person. I am a very, very generous person. I'm a very kind person. I gave you that. I pretty much gave you that.
Talk my way out of that.
I could have been a hard ass.
You could have been.
Because that live version is very popular. In fact,
No.
well, how'd you know it was live then?
Because I've
He knows the real version.
yeah, the real one, the recorded version, the one that's heard the most, I know that one inside and out.
Well, you're right. You're right, Tommy. There you go. Caledonia.
All right. That's awesome.
Fucking lie. You didn't know that until today. You know this until you saw
Oh,
that
no,
movie.
no, no. That's all.
Did you?
Come back, come back.
I knew I shouldn't have picked something else. See, the moment I think I'm being too hard on y'all, then I make these questions a little easier, and then y'all
I
get
think
them.
that was your trick question.
It was kind of my trick
Yeah.
question. Yeah, yeah. See how that worked out for me.
Nah.
The only one that was tricked was me. All right, all right. Tommy, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
You get a Lone Star tonight. Hey, I never said what it was going to be.
Sure.
He didn't say a star.
I said, are we done?
I think we got more funk than Trump.
The story